Creative England is a not-for-profit organisation. We invest in all the creative industries, from TV to film and more recently games. We launched 2 regional programmes, one in the southwest and one in the West Midlands. The one sort of thread which goes through all of the projects that we invest in is the high production values. Given the fairly modest amounts of investment that we're able to make in all the studios, the calibre of the work that comes out is phenomenal.
The GamesLab programme has been great. It's allowed me to get my game in front of people, get some really good feedback, see how people are actually interacting with it, and obviously beside the financial bonus of having the funding, the regular support and mentoring and stuff you get as well has been great.
Without actually the support of GamesLab, we wouldn't have been able to actually get the release out on time and when we wanted it to be. The game's so far to date been supported by contracted work, but with the ability to be able to have that extra flexibility, we're able to bring additional people on and really meet the goals that we wanted to.
Coming along to these networking events is really useful because you get to talk to the other developers, see what they're developing and why they're developing it, how they think they're going to make money out of it. They might be working on, say, virtual reality, and you're thinking, well, how do I get into virtual reality? And you suddenly realise that actually, yes, there's opportunities here that I hadn't considered. There's actually other parts of businesses that will open your eyes to.
The funding for GamesLab has helped us kind of expand our horizons and visit new venues and to show off VR cards to a wider community. We managed to go to the Slush conference in Finland to talk to investors, and Comic-Con conference allowed us to reach a much wider audience than just the core game audience. 1,200 people went through in 2 days.
The whole weekend we didn't actually have lunch because we couldn't actually move from the spot.
You'd get things in the game that would give you, an edge that would just suppress the alien just long enough for you to get away. My favourite rule is if you've got these 3 flares and use them in quick succession, you throw one, the alien chases after it. You throw another, and he looks to where it lands and goes back to what he was doing. You throw a third one, and he looks to where it comes from. And as a player, kind of testing those rules and testing the environment, it really surprises you. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's really important to have events like this because I remember what it was like being on the outside looking in, and just to have people explain what it's like and give you little bits of information and give you hints that can help you out and help you understand what you're going into is really vital.
I mean, it is an industry where it helps to know people, and this is the place where you get to know them.
I think in the UK there's a bit of a problem at the moment in terms of the traditional publisher-developer model isn't necessarily working. So the more people putting money into the industry, such as Creative England, such as QG Startups, the more great games can be made, the better we put ourselves on the map and sort of build a thriving environment for developers and for consumers.
Creative England have provided a lot of support for us. They've provided funding to help us bring in new developers. They've introduced us to a number of important networking contacts and took us to several events that have proven really useful in growing our company.
GamesLab for us has been, and I don't want to exaggerate this, but life-changing, simply because we were due to run out of money basically. We'd spent a long time developing our own technology. So with the funding injection, we're able to grow. We've recently taken on a new team member, and we'll be able to finish the game, which we hope to launch in May. So it's been truly valuable in every way.
Making games is difficult, and making games requires many different skill sets: artists, audio people, script writers, coders, physics people, mathematicians. And because of that complexity of process, the more people that can come together and share knowledge about making games, the better for everyone. Sharing knowledge at events like the one we're at today is a huge part of making the games industry and games better for everyone.